Hello, welcome to our chess broadcast for today. I think we have Coach Angel in action, and he is definitely um, so we have this nice position that we want to we want to look at, and so we have already Rian. So we have already Rian versus Kyle. So Kyle is white pieces. I mean black. Yeah, white pieces, and Rian is black. Um, Kind of surprised that he played kind of like play here, and yeah. Usually, I kind of mentioned to Rian the E5 move is usually best choice. Yeah, knight B5, bishop F4, rook C8. Yeah, I think black should have been okay, and definitely um, go for E5 early on in the opening. This is one of our main ideas out of this position. Uh, it usually happens that it's something like E4, then C6, D4, D5, pawn takes. And then when you try this idea, I could play here. This is like main move. And then if knight E2, actually, yes, you can play bishop G4 as one of the top ideas on the game. You want to, so like if white is doing this move, you want to see if you can search for E5. So this is basically one key idea to play with the black pieces, and black is usually fine in these positions. Another way to actually play here is that if black plays the move knight of 6, I think white could try this move h3, which is very difficult and interesting because it's not allowing this bishop to develop to g4. So black most likely played this move and then knight f3. And sometimes the black just goes and try to develop this bishop here. It's like bishop g7, probably castle, bishop f5. And there are a bunch of players play like this. Even Fabiano has played like this. Maybe rook e1, maybe even bishop e2. Try to chase this bishop, which is misplaced over here sometimes because of these ideas. But basically, this is how we want to see and the game going. And yeah, so out of the game. So let's just go back over here. So main game right now, Kyle versus Rian. I think this is really, really cool. I think black has usually probably no problems over here. Whose move is it? Oh, well, it's Kyle's move. So he must make the move that, this move that he needs to play. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I will still probably think. Oh, but then you might fall for some tactics. That's the thing about it. If you play knight this bishop takes knight d4, I think. And black is doing okay, right, Coach Angel?
Yes, sir. It's looking
Yeah.
good. It's looking good. I was having some
Yeah.
issues with my mic, but I am here, baby.
Yeah. So it's here, like, I was thinking I could play knight d6, but then bishop takes knight d4, and then the bishop is literally hanging. So far it seems like very reasonable the way black has handled the position. Let's just go now back to our second game really quick. What do we have? We have Lisa versus Caleb. Let's see. Caleb must be over there with his oh no, he's playing black, so he's definitely
Caleb?
using Arocan. Yep. And now he's
100%.
facing a
Okay.
pan of attack, which it gives isolated type of pawn right away. And yeah, this is so yeah. I guess yeah. Hmm. Wait. So what's the key on this position as we have right now? Oh, queen c3, check, And yeah, this is going to be a very strong attack. I mean, you can play. Yeah, you will play king f1, and then now black just gets material back, and rook d1 should be winning, and the game will be over soon. Because yeah, once you get the material back, the position is even lost in an endgame. So that's how you kind of know. Well, rook d1 was just. I say rook d1 just a little bit better, I think, in a sense. So yeah, we'll probably just go for the simple one.
So this is looking good for black then.
Yeah. So Nathan and Mathis, for both of them, PS41, they already have a challenge between themselves before. So now we're having this position out of our Sicilian, maybe, or e5, yeah. Four knights opening, h3. So couldn't you just play bishop c3 and then knight takes e5? I think so. But okay, so now this is okay. So it's up a pawn. Yeah, you could play bishop e3 here. You're already up a pawn. Oh yeah, so I guess that. Yeah.
So you went rook e1. I mean, why you? All right, makes sense, I guess. But why put the rook there?
Yeah.
You know.
No, totally. Like, why would you wanna?
The f pawn is under fire. He moves the rook to e1.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
He might have to just go back, or maybe rook e2. Not maybe to go back. Or one of the biggest. But now H4 is a problem. One of my biggest things I've learned over the years is when you make a mistake, you know, if possible, the best thing to do is just go back and fix it.
Yeah, at least if it's done with the you know, like I remember old Sam Shanklin, which we're gonna have today, making comments out of the tournament and the game.
Oh yeah, today's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, today's Wednesday, so everybody should be tuned for Shanky, who's gonna be over there today with us, analyzing. So I remember that he mentions in one of his unstructured book, which is amazing book actually. I would highly recommend. I would definitely recommend this book. I'm saying. Both of them, a little bit about the one about postpone. Just like I saw the like a little bit out of it, and it's just beautiful. So he gets all of it. But the thing is that when you make a mistake with a piece, you can probably go back and make the piece, you know, go to the same place in the fan or something. But when it's with pawns, then you can't. But yeah, that's a cool thing about pieces and all that. So right now, this h4 now, it looks like you're gonna have to castle your queen. For what I'm seeing.
Right.
Yeah, because you can play queen g5 because rook f3. Yeah. So after rook f3, it seems like black would be up a piece because the rook just captures backwards, you know, what we call the invisible move in chess. Oh no, but he could play queen h5, I guess. He has his vision set, yeah. Rook f3, queen h5 check, then queen takes f3. Yeah, that's actually one way to play. Oh, so that's actually my bad. First calculation. He can just play queen h5 check. Let's see who's in the chat, coach. You have anybody over there looking at? Oh, there we go. Crystal says won the first round game in 10 moves. Look at that. That's what we call how do you say this? A miniature. I don't know how you say miniature game, we say in Spanish. Any game below 23 moves is usually considered a miniature. Below 24, maybe. It used to be back to 23, but now it's maybe less big. These days, any game that could be winning before 25 moves is considered to be a miniature. So right. This is
before what? How many moves you said?
It used to be below 23 moves or something like that, but now today I think it's 25 and 25 moves. If you lose you know, less than 25 moves is considered to be a miniature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less than 25.
Yeah, pretty sure that's like the right number. So, I mean, like these days, it's not very common to get this to happen with so much knowledge and development out of the opening. Most people are like relatively prepared for it, and so mistakes are not so 100% common with top players in the opening, right? There was actually an article, or actually a whole book section out of the informators, Sahaski informators, were, Sahaski, right, Coach?
Yeah.
The informator, those were like the chess base from these days. Back in the time when someone used to have an informator, of Sahaski informator was like you have chess base up to date today. So you needed to wait for these books to get out.
You're talking about the chess informant.
Chess informant. Thank you. That's because I'm trying to pick it, but I don't remember how do you guys call it. It's a chess informant. Yeah. So chess informants were like those were like data chess based back in the days, and those books are like you need to wait before. You needed to wait like 6 months, maybe a month, a whole year for them to get out. If you used to live in the Dominican Republic like me, you needed to wait a year or something to get one. You'll get it a little bit already when maybe 1 or 2 pass. So it was like that difficult to get information, but up until today you're able to get it so quick. So now this game actually seems very interesting, but let's just go over.
We have Anthony on the check-in on the live. He said he's saying hi. He won his first round in 10 moves. That is definitely a miniature. Very good.
Yep. So we have Chenran and Jude, PS59 battle. I'm watching this game in the D1 square. And when I am looking at the material, it seems to me that no piece has been sacrificed, but after this nice C3 move, this could be a situation, I guess, for my friend Jude.
This is looking nice for black.
Yeah, King C2, and I guess I will go with Knight to B1.
We have Knight takes Rook, but is there anything better? Is the question.
Yeah, yes. That's how we are, like all as a chess players, right? I thought that we were thinking the same thing both at the same time. Okay, so Knight B1 is what I have, but do I have anything better? Right? In a blitz game, Knight B1 probably it's just a move and then just castle really quick.
How do you like Knight D5?
But I'm thinking about Knight D5 myself, though. That was like some of my
thinking. Knight D5 looks nice.
Yeah.
Because you put pressure on the bishop. Queen C5 is also interesting.
This is very interesting. Yeah.
But I
could play Queen C4 here, right?
Well, my idea was to play Knight D5 and then the other knight to C5, because when you go Knight D5, you protect the bishop. Yeah. Now, once the other knight gets to C5, you have Rook A3 ideas, maybe Rook A2 ideas eventually.
Oh, actually, yes. That's actually interesting. Now, I was not even thinking about myself but the Rook gets into the game. Yeah, once that Rook is hitting A2.
So I like Knight, and then Knight D5 came with tempo because you're hitting the bishop. So the bishop has to move. Then Knight D5, another tempo. And then
he will probably play E3 or G3. We're not gonna move the bishop. We're just gonna try to get the other bishop in the game and then protect. But it certainly makes sense.
E3 will actually be
E3 has a problem because the knight on
D2 on F2.
Yeah, the knight's way much more pinned now.
Yeah, so maybe just Knight D5 is nicer than.
Yeah, but I think normal moves should be able to do it. I mean, right now I think the only move in this position is Queen C4. You want to trade queens when you have a king problem, dude. That's what I tell to all the kids. King and exchange of.
Can you play D5? D5. Give the check on D6. Play King E7, and if they take the bishop, Rook C8, that Rook's a monster on the C file.
Yeah, I mean, normal moves should be able. Even just capturing. The truth is, Coach, you can even get the material, castle your king into safety, and the attack, it's gonna keep going. The truth, because you're gonna be down material, and your king still is not gonna be safe on B1. So maybe why not? Oh, actually, wait.
I like D5.
So Queen F5 wins.
I like D5.
Doesn't Queen F5 win? Yeah, this wins everything.
Oh, Queen F5 picks up the bishop.
Queen takes F4, yeah.
Maybe that's why
takes everything. Gonna be upper brook.
There's still Queen F5.
Yeah.
Yep, the simple move works there.
Yeah, simple moves, right? You don't have to go and you just let your opponent say, "Hey, what do you have?" Right? We have then a game between Darren and Nicholas. Let's say, Mr. Reese, what are you doing today? How you wake up?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not in the chat, so
he's in. Yeah, I can tell his team. So he's winning this one for sure. Mr. Reese is definitely getting this one.
Mr. Reese.
Darren, it's having it. And now we have Christopher versus Chris. And it seems like a French, but then who's better? Well, it seems like Black has a postpone, but after Queen D3, Rook D1, it also seems to me that Black is gonna have to keep an eye on the D4 pawn. So yeah, I could just improve the king by playing King G1 in this position, then Rook D1, and yeah, it's either the pawn would be either strong or weak. That's what happens when you have isolated pawns in the judgment. So we're back here, and I think the game between Rian and Kyle just finished. Wondering what was the result. Kyle just won. Yeah, Kyle just won. So now we're gonna go over the here. Let's see. We have Kian versus Miles, 230 going down, and under 1,000. And then let's see how the scientist is doing this one. So he's up a piece. Okay, so he has a great outpost and still has a lot of great chances to attack his opponent's king. So this is definitely something for him. Ideas.
What about this game between Christopher and Chris?
I checked on this one. Yeah, this was the end game with the
6 on 6 pass pawn in the middle, but that pass pawn might be gone soon.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. I said like these pass pawns, they could be either strong or weak. It depends on how do you judge this. Well, you need to look at yourself on your pieces, how your pieces are able to protect the pawn, right? Because if the pawn is so easily attacked, then the pawn is not a strength, it's actually a weakness, right? And that's a very important judgment when it comes to creating a pass pawn and that, because the pass pawn might be a little bit isolated. It's not a protected pass pawn, so this is what you guys want to look for. Definitely take your time on this one. So up to here. I'm still wondering. This was a good game, and yeah, so I think Mr. Reese was winning, so we don't have to do this much. Yeah, there are no easy move for Black because I think I move like Knight H3. I could just play Knight F4, trade knights, and
White sets up he's up a pawn and a piece.
Yeah, Knight H3 happens. I just play Knight F4, check, trade the knights. No more tricks, and go for it.
Right. All right, so what game is next? How about under 1,000?
Yeah, Kian's game. That was what I was watching.
Under 1,000 games.
Yeah, he was up.
Yeah.
He was up a piece, and he's up playing the rook.
And then Darren just traded knights, so this should result in a win.
Yep.
And his knight on E4 perfectly protects the pawn in C3. Yeah. So if he goes King C4, that does nothing. You can just play King E5 and D5, D6, D7,
D8. Let me see. We'll get to this game right away. Darren.
Yeah, it's about to be over.
Yeah, it should be open. D5, D5, D6, D7. Just push the pawn and run with the pawn, guys. Run. When you see a pawn, run. What else can I coach us? Just run. And we'll do it. Oh, my goodness. Was your papa?
Yeah, my dad is here.
Yeah, you can tell.
I mean, no, that's like.
Yeah.
He's trying to throw out my boxes. I just got a new laptop.
Yeah. Deja todo eso ahí in Spanish. Deja todo eso ahí. People means deja eso ahí. Means leave it. Don't worry. I got it.
Guys, who's in the chat, man? Come talk to me. Who is here today? You guys are quiet in the chat, man. I don't like that. Let's get this party started, man.
This position is just be careful not to,
Cristal.
Stalemate.
Yeah, get stalemate. Wait, what happened to the D pawn?
Oh, promoted. I have a queen on D1.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't showing on my screen at first. It was very weird. There was no queen on D1 and there was no D pawn, and I'm like, what is going on here? And then I went back in the game and went forward to see what in the world happened, and then it popped up on the screen. Okay.
Something weird. Have you ever played Elite Chess? And then I have lost a couple games that on Elite Chess sometimes it says, "Oh, Elite Chess is about to restart." Does it ever happen?
Oh yeah. Well, I wasn't in a game, but that just happened the other day. I was actually watching somebody. I was in a tournament and I paused it because it said Elite Chess was restarting in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I decided to pause the game. I paused the tournament and I just waited, and it's completely shut Elite Chess down.
Oh, then I lost like 2 games because of that, and it shuts me out. And then I'm like, and I'm not able to go in. So I was like, oh, it was just horrible. My friend says that you need to pause it so this doesn't happen or something like that. Tell me, who has ever in this chat play on Elite Chess and get the restarting the Elite Chess is restarted? Anybody ever happened to this when you play?
I'm pretty sure it's happened on quite a few, as long as they were logged on at that moment.
Yeah. Where's my friend Julian? I'm trying to see if I can see Julian around. Let's see how you guys are. Who was like the first player? I will say this as a trivia. Who was the first player to beat Kasparov like in around 9 years or 8 years that Gary Kasparov lost with the white pieces? There was a player who beat Gary Kasparov after 8 to 9 years without Gary or 7 years, within 7 years or something like 9, that Gary did not lose any game with the white pieces. He was a player. I'll give you a hint. Coach Angel knows this player.
Ooh. You want to say the question one more time?
The question is that there was a player who beat Kasparov after, I don't remember a long period, but it was a long period of time, like maybe 7 years or something, or 8, that Gary didn't lose any games with the white pieces, right? And then he faced this player and he lost this game with the white pieces.
So what player beat Gary Kasparov, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to just reword the question a little bit. What player beat Gary Kasparov after what?
After
what
8 years from him without losing, without the white pieces.
With the white pieces. All right. Kasparov after Gary.
7 to 8 years, yeah. It was something like that. I don't remember the amount of years, but
7 to 8 years without losing with the white pieces.
Yeah.
So what player beat Gary Kasparov after Gary went 7 to 8 years without losing with the white pieces? Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds kind of good. Or
all right. It's in the chat. It's in the chat, baby.
Or who beat Gary Kasparov after with black pieces, and who was on black pieces and beat Gary Kasparov with the white pieces.
Right. White. We got it in there. Yeah. Crystal, what's going on? Hope the family is safe and healthy. I miss the young guys, big time. But I'm always happy to see Anthony.
Here. We're waiting for this.
Very much intact with his chest. So excellent.
Oh, how do you win here? No, The right move to win. It's, oh my goodness, he made a mistake. He played king a1, and he's supposed to play b4 here. That's like, and now, yeah. You need to play king c3, and then b4, and then, yeah. This is how you're gonna do it. Oh my goodness. So you just draw this game with extra pawns. Oh my goodness, no, not definitely what we want to do. Okay, let's see if we begin here. We have them. Kyle versus Jonas. And Caleb versus Bobby. I want to see this one. This one I really want to get this one. And Abam versus Mandy. And Arhan versus Oliver. And Riem versus Maxwell Stringer. The Hammerband. Okay, so we have, yeah, Caleb versus Bobby.
Okay.
So
Coach Russ is in the building, guys. I'm gonna say it again.
A lot.
Coach Russ is in the building.
A lot of times, kids. Sorry, Coach Russ. They ask me about Coach Russ when I'm a PS59. So they used to ask me, and they keep asking about, hey, where's Coach Russ? How's Coach Russ? And I'm like, oh, Coach. You know what I used to tell the kids when they used to ask me on curriculum classes about Coach Russ after some time? Guess what I used to tell that Coach Russ was doing? Coach Russ, what do you think I told the kids that you were doing when you about in PS59 curriculum? But they asked me after some time, where's Coach Russ? Sometimes showing tennis and Coach Russ on the news, and like, where's Coach Russ? And I told them something. That's what I told the kids. There's a question for Coach Russ over there. Why do you think I told the kids? Who can guess what I told the kids on PS59 that Coach Russ was doing when they asked me?
How about this game between Avon and Chen Ram?
Mandy? Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I might. I'm gonna try to stop by on Friday to the after school to see the kids.
Listen, Coach, I am going to, honestly, I need to go, and I can't let it happen today because I have to go through with my London system. It's like in every game over here. Everybody should be looking at the London system because everybody's like, all the kids are playing it, so why not? So we have Mandy versus Chamaria. Aban.
This is a game for Darren to see.
So we have this Sicilian. Oh, now she's playing like, I love this Sicilian actually. This one, I like these Sicilians way more. I have a little bit much more understandable. I understand a little bit more the structures. And I kind of like them. So she just played 96 variation. This is called the classical Sicilian, this one. And yeah, 3, 5. Yeah, wait. Yeah. So in this line, yeah, I know Queen C7 has been played, but this Rook D8, I am not 100% sure about this Rook D8 move.
Yeah, if anything, I like the F Rook there.
Yeah, it could be, but actually because one of the things that she needs to play for sure, and it's like something like this. It's like E4, and then this next time you ever face this, it takes, you go into this position, and then if this happens, E5, Knight B3, Bishop B7, Bishop B3. You could just castle sometimes, Queen D2, Bishop B6, and castle, and then you need to play A5. This is the move that it's not happening on the board right now, but I think this is possible because it's not like in the Nidor where you just wasted the time with A6 in the sense, but this A5 move are really strong. I know Bishop B5 has been played, and these are like great ideas. This is a threat, and if you played something like A4 to stop it, then there are this Knight B4. See? And then you're definitely trying to play D5 on your next move. So keep an eye on this variation as a recommendation for the kids. Whoever is like trying to play this move. So just in case that Andy is playing this position. However, again, quick recommendation. The problem right now is that after G5, right? And Coach, remember that interesting book? It's actually a very interesting book. You know, the G4 move, that the G4 book.
The one I got, attacking with G4.
Yeah, that I saw, and it has some interesting idea about possibilities related to playing G4, certain openings as a kind of attack. The truth is that the way one of the pioneers who was one of the world champion who was a pioneer on these G4 moves in the open.
Is that another question for the chat?
Another question from the chat. Who was a pioneer on those G4 move strategy? It happened a lot, not only on the Sicilian, but on Queen's Gambit positions. A pioneer on it.
So somebody who was a pioneer in
on the G4 early attacks. Put it like that.
In the G4
move early attacks. It was a world champion. He did this most of the time on Queen's Gambit.
In using the idea
of early G4 in Queen's Gambit positions, not on the Sicilians. You know that a big confused, that one thing that a lot of players, they get confused when it comes to playing G4 as a move, especially in the Sicilian. This is where that gets confusing. I tell you what, this is how I probably will put it. Sometimes we play Queen's Gambit and then you play G4, and that's actually a real attacking move towards the king. When it comes to G4 in Sicilian openings, not all the time you can just think about attacking the king, but G4 is related to the center. Main idea is usually that when you push G4, you're putting pressure on the D5 square. So that's one of the key idea why this happens, especially in this position. So very interesting. So I have a few questions out of the trivia. Whoever wants to answer the questions, let me know. I will repeat them again.
No, I put them in the chat. The questions are in the chat, Johnny.
Okay, we'll have those questions all the way up until the end of the day.
Yes. Tu flow es natural.
I'm still watching everybody over here on the chat related to Coach Figge. I think actually watching Coach Figge can be really funny and cool. I think that I haven't been able to. This was one of those things that make me actually do this on it. But he's great. Coach Figge, what a dude. There are
some different games.
Yeah, I like this game a lot.
Let's go under 1,000. Let's go to that section should be pumping now. Let's see if we can get Anthony on the screen. Let's go Clark versus Anthony.
Let's see. Man, they are here. But they've been playing a few matches already. And Anthony's can is a little bit out. Anthony. You know what? I know Anthony's on the chat. I am going to go over Anthony's game all the time from now on, Coach, because he's over there, right? So I guess he's always there. That's our feedback, yeah. But we're gonna definitely watch.
Well, we could do. Let's go back in the game and see where it went wrong, so maybe he can learn something from it.
Yeah, let's actually go here. So
let's do that.
Anthony, you went wrong by playing G6 on your already, Coach. This is where.
Oh yeah, happened. That was a mistake.
Yeah. So basically, let me just go over, put it over here.
So what happens is next time Queen H5 is played, just defend your pawn with Knight C6.
Yeah. So this is three ways. There are three type of different ways to start 4-move checkmate, right? You can start 4-move checkmate by playing Queen H5, Bishop C4, or Queen F3. Anytime your opponent plays here, or if your opponent plays Bishop C4, you against these two moves, you're just gonna play knight f6. This is the move. Okay. If your opponent plays something like queen f3 against the same move as knight f6. But now the tricky way is that if your opponent plays queen h5, you're gonna move the other knight, different knight. You first move the knight on c6, and you protect the pawn on e5, and then only now when your opponent has two attackers on f7, only now you can play g6, because now your opponent cannot capture the pawn because you're already protecting the pawn on e. Then now I promise I'm gonna go back, and I promise I'm not gonna try any more form of checkmate against you. But guess what? He's just rerouting the queen, and again, just because he went backwards doesn't mean that he's not trying checkmate. Now you must find a super move or a magic move, just like sometimes a multitask move, which is just put the knight here. You're ready to castle your king, and knight e2, because this was also a threat. Bishop g7. The reason you want to control here, and then this. You don't want to get your bishop out this way, because if you get your bishop out this way, then your opponent can play here, and then the bishop goes here. That's definitely not what you want to do. But develop.
They can still get tricky here. They can try stuff before bishop g7. Go back.
Yeah.
They can get really tricky and maybe try something like queen b3. I've seen these things.
Yeah, queen b3 has been even. You know which move I saw one time, coach? Actually, g4.
Yeah, but g4 runs into knight d5.
Yeah, but queen b3 runs into the problem with queen b3 is that if he plays queen b3, guys, he keeps moving the same pieces over and over three tempos, and then he's not doing anything to control the center. So a move like knight d4 is attacking the queen, it's attacking on c2. Then if your opponent just played bishop f7, you move your king, and now the big problem rises, which is that the queen is overloaded, it's overworked. The queen has to protect here. She needs to defend herself and keep an eye on the bishop. The king is
but there's no way to hold the bishop here.
Yeah, if you try to keep the queen in this same diagonal, then now you can just play b5.
Yeah.
Then now suddenly the queen cannot no longer be here in the diagonal. Sometimes people play this move, and I know that it's like you take, and yeah, this is like sometimes they play here, right, coach?
b5. Oh, this, yeah, same idea.
I think this is like a trick. Because you can't capture this shot. Something like this could happen, but the main idea here is that you actually remember to protect the pawn on the top. Okay?
Wow,
so this is basically...
Yeah, when you get a shot, let's move on to Kyle. Kyle versus Jonas. That game, it was two pieces for a rook, but they just traded. They made some trades.
Oh, first game, yeah. So it was two pieces. Oh, this is
for a rook.
What an end game, but who's better here?
White.
White might be a little bit better, yeah.
Well, Black's king is stuck where he's at, right? So it looks a little advanced, but he's actually stuck because he's guarding g7. The rook on c6 is very passive, defending a6, and White's rook on a7 is extremely active. I mean, it looks like White can just literally run his king up somewhere, like maybe f4. I don't know.
Maybe what do you think? How should we begin this? Maybe with
maybe just f3 and king f2, king e3, king d3, king c4, and there we go, f3. He must have heard me, man. Nah. So f3, king f2, king e3, and then at some point, it's gonna end up 4-on-4, and White's gonna have an a pawn and Black's not. I think that's gonna be the White's gonna have an a pawn, and then everything's gonna be clear on the queen side. It should just be an a pawn at the end. I mean, White's putting pressure here. So maybe that trade wasn't so good.
Yeah, but the rook with the rook, I think this could be very drawish. Oh, I don't like this. Do I like this move? Maybe.
I don't like it because it's king f2.
Yeah, and I keep making progress. This is very simple.
And then the rook has no threat. So right now, White's just threatening to play king e3 now. That way he can play rook c7, and then there's no rook d2.
Yeah.
So just king e3, keep it simple. It looks like G5 is coming in, and maybe Black
Yeah,
is going
but
to try to create a
I
fast.
still, you know, what was the move? The right way to defend this position? I think it was to play maybe C4 at some point with takes. And I don't think you're going to be able to win.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
You're not
He
able to
has to
hold
play
it. You're
C4.
not able to, yeah. Because I don't think you're able to win the pawn with the pawn rook to win the end game. You know, I'll just keep my king H7 and stuff like that.
I mean, no, he should though. With White's king, the king's not back. It's not stuck. The king's actually out. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe White's looking good here.
Yeah, I think he was. I think the same. He was hilarious. He was just amazing, Coach. I think Coach Ricky has the 2 thumbs for me. This one for sure. How life cannot be cool, we can say without Coach Ricky.
So Johnny, Anthony said thank you for the feedback. He watched it in the video after his game. So that's actually why we do this, guys. Very important, especially if you guys are in the chat. We gotta pay extra attention to you guys because you guys
I see who'd answer over here. Karpov, Kravnik, Anand. Nope, not Karpov, Kravnik, or Anand. Who was it? I think it was Coach Rush, right? So I'm probably asking to Coach Rush. Coach Rush, do you know what did I told the kids you were doing when they asked me about you on the classrooms on PS59? Every time I used to go, and they all know like now, when I used to go over there and you were not in curriculum classes, I was like, oh, Coach Rush, where's Coach Rush? And I was like, oh, Coach Rush is, let's see, you get the answer. What do you think I told? Anybody who knows what did I tell kids on PS59 that Coach Rush was doing when he was not in curriculum classes?
Oh man, I was up all night yesterday creating my stream on Twitch, man.
Yeah. So let's just go out from here for this one. And
wait, Johnny, you gotta go to the games. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here to Noah. And
wait, what happens if White just plays Rook A6 here? Yeah. It looks like Kyle's losing a pawn here.
No, but I'm watching now I went for Noah's game. We haven't checked Noah, and Coach Logan must be around. And Coach Logan's definitely gonna ask me, how's the kids doing? For sure. I know Coach Logan. He's always like, how's the kids doing, John? How's everything?
So B6 will just play. I'm wondering if Black's gonna take on F3 at all.
Exchange sacrifice? Would you go for it?
I mean, it's interesting. You can pick up a piece and 2 pawns.
Yeah. I mean,
well, now it looks like Black's losing an exchange. Rook F8, Knight D7.
No, but I take on
E5. Oh, I get trade. Yeah, I'm going crazy. Yeah, pardon me. But
no, but Rook F4 now, and yeah, this is
A4 is a very nice target. Nathan's good, man. Very, very, very good player.
But would I play here? Rook A1? Because if I go Bishop C2, maybe Rook C4.
Black should try to transfer his knight to C5. That would be ideal.
Oh, that would be beautiful, yeah.
Maybe knight. How do we get there, though? It's not easy to get there because you need G6. And you don't have G6.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go King F8, Knight G. No. What am I talking about? I'm going crazy. That bishop is stopping us from getting to G6, so it's not quite working. What can Black do now? How about D4?
I think you open my targets. If you play D4, maybe I thought about it.
The problem is maybe he can just go C4.
Yeah, it's just like open a little bit of a target for me.
I'm also looking for a square for the knight. That was one of the reasons.
Yeah, I know. Yes, the thing is that you also cannot target the e5 pawn because of the bishop. So doing a great defensive job.
Maybe no. I was thinking maybe G5, King G7. I don't know. I want to get the knight.
The truth is, the truth. No, I think that. Oh,
I don't like this.
Yeah, because you can't go rook f4. He wants to double and target the a4 pawn. I can play g3 and then you're just
G3 is gonna fork him. Hopefully he sees that.
The right move was knight f5, and this is what I definitely believe that he needed to play. He needed to play g4 or g5. No, because you need to. What I think is the drawback move, coach. He needed to play like g5, king g7, play knight g6, and if you trade the bishop for the knight, the c4 square becomes available for the rook. Then I can put and play rook c4.
Wait, what happens if pawn takes pawn?
I don't know. I just have an extra pawn, I guess.
Yeah, because then when that pawn gets to c3 and the knight gets to d5, not gonna be easy.
I don't know how you're gonna work it. But
is he planning to play g3 here or something? That doesn't do anything.
No, but I
didn't like this. So now knight d5, pawn c3, and what? And then what? Oh no, I don't like this.
This rook f4 is just not the purpose of.
So I like the idea of going knight e5, right? This is my plan: knight e5, c3, and then playing c6 and trying to get the rook behind the c pawn. That way we can get him moving.
You're just helping White improve his position, like useful moves. So White is doing very useful moves. It's just like rook f4. I play f4, and then I'm just like great.
It looks like White. It looks like White just may get that c pawn back now at some point.
Yeah.
If Black doesn't go knight e5 and knight d5 and c3, I don't know. So it looks like. See, there you go. So he's White's starting to fight.
Yeah, you need to play c3 now to at least. Oh no, but you play c3. I play rook takes, rook a4, rook c7, and still probably okay. Maybe I can play knight d5 ideas, rook b4, but not what I wanted. Yeah. So Black had his own chances. When you have an advantage, you have to take your time. That's my advice. You guys cannot just you have to take your time. And
especially here, like, all right, Noah has 40 seconds, right? In these positions, Black should be trying to play the toughest move possible. When your opponent, and I've seen this far too many times, not only with myself, but with my students and some of my best students, my highest rated students who are like maybe 2,000, 1,900, 1,800, is when their opponent has very, very little time, like the case of Noah here with 40 seconds, they start to play fast with their opponents and tend to lose those games. Again, I've been a victim of that myself. So a piece of advice is when you're up time like this, 4 minutes to 40 seconds, Black should be taking his sweet time, trying to find the best possible moves to either complicate or you basically, two things will happen. White will have to take their time. Your opponent will have to take their time and end up losing on time. Or they're going to have to play a bad move because they're going to go fast. They're going to go play fast and make a bad move eventually. Yeah. So you want to play tough moves at these times. So I like the fact that Black's actually taking his time here. I don't think he has many options. The E6 pawn is falling. But Black has to take his time here and try to make things tough on White. And as you can see, this 97 move put Noah in the tank a bit. He's wasted about 10 seconds already. He took on c7, which is a good move because now bishop e6 is coming. So the tables have turned here. Rook d1's coming to join the rook on the 7th rank. It's looking pretty good for White now, I would say.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, that's a blunder.
It's a blunder?
Yeah.
Rook c8 check and bishop e6.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have won a piece there. He missed it.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're in time travel. You're going to miss these things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just very simple. Rook c8, bishop e6.
Wait, actually, how does he save his piece?
No, there's no way.
He has to play knight b4, knight b4, knight b4.
No, but I mean like rook c8 after rook c8, you mean, or now?
Oh no, rook c8 just wins a piece. Yeah, even if knight b4, rook c8 is still it's not winning a piece, but
yeah, but yeah, I mean like why not the check and then just take any sits? Come on, I mean it should be your first option to think, to analyze in this position. The check captures threats. But
do you think black can sack on? Nah, there's no point.
Sack and exchange. I thought
I
about
was
it.
gonna sack the exchange and push the a pawn, but there's no point. It doesn't make enough sense.
It's not like it's not so stable. I don't think could be. Let me see. A takes, and what can we do? Play a4 or okay? You know what it is? I think I can. I'm pretty fast too by playing f4 and f5. You know, because I thought it. Like what you're saying is like rook g4, and then rook a7. Start trying to push the pawn, but yeah, this is toast. Yeah, just rook b6. Very simple. Not a big thing to do. And then rook b8 is happening. Bishop e6 is happening. Yes, and from here, I don't think I could. I could b7 and then I did that. This is the right move. I like this rook b1. In a sense, maybe, yeah.
And Noah's he's been working his time pretty good. He's down to 28 seconds, but he's made a decent amount of moves in that time. And I would say he's complicated the game a bit.
Yeah. It was so, but that's how it goes. I see Bond and Mandy. They were playing this tough, nice game, and now we have this end game word. So she holds up for her h4 pawn. Bro, this is very complicated in game. Yeah, not that one. Definitely not the rook b4 move. It's not helping. This is just an attacking move. And definitely, I don't know if it helps you a lot to improve position. Like, just probably wondering myself. There's no a4. The opponent can play a3, b4, or something like that. Now this is a mistake. c4 is coming. Yeah, and then now rook h4 will be in. And probably, I think Mr. Chamadi starts to have a little bit, to be a little bit okay, I guess. Although king c5.
So it looks like Noah is going to win this game.
I should have played, yeah. I thought this rook h4. Just leave the rook over there, just like king d3, and then a4,
you heard,
king c3.
Noah has turned the tides.
Yeah, look how you win this game. Like, the problem was Aban just captured the pawn right away. That's why you always need to look at your options sometimes. He captured the pawn here, and this was not like, but this is just totally not happening. Yeah, this should be a draw now. Yeah, the right move was not rook h4, was rook c3. Keep trying to play against the rook, which is misplays. And the move that makes the rook get in the rack is a4. So just here, a4, king c3, pawn takes. And again, the rook is not able to get in the game. b5 could be an option, but then I got to check. And then, no, king goes to b6. Let's say I take, and yeah, that's extra pawn, actually. Because if b6, c4, then I can play rook c4 check. And I was winning. Yeah. It was a miss about how Awan was probably, So, is there anything going on? Yep, he's winning by one tempo. Yes, he is. Yeah, rookie A. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but this This is check, promotes with check, and it becomes a problem for it. Oh.
Ooh, chesskid.com has released King Level 91 on this lesson. It's very nice. All right, so this is game over. Black is getting mated in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, rook a7 now is just checkmate. And if king e6, rook e7. Queen e5.
Rook e7, and then you roll.
Queen e5. Right? You roll. You do the roll with the queen e5 here.
No, rolly. Oh, what about Jude and Santiago? It looks like Jude's putting the finishing touches.
But this got complicated, coach, and there was actually a very interesting moment in the game. So yeah, it was actually interesting, good. Let's see Jude and Santiago.
That game's ending. Jude's doing a rook checkmate.
Oh, yeah.
2 pieces of rook.
So this game, White's up a rook. Jonathan Kyles.
Oh my goodness. Who's there? Wow, my boy is in. Johnny Kid is in the ring.
Who's in the ring?
First time I see him. Under 1,000, Kian. I didn't even realize he was playing.
Who's Kian? Giovanni?
No, Kian. Kian, that's in my class in 59.
Oh, Kian Moldering.
Yeah, he's playing.
I haven't seen Kian Moldering playing. Oh my goodness.
You gotta get back to the game. He has a very nice position. He's up a piece and an attack. He's up a piece and an attack. If that makes sense.
Oh, Kian Moldering. Is it that they want to call, like for me, when say Kian, and I have it on my head like Kian here, but in Spanish for me, Cian. So I'm always having in my head, yeah. But say Kian, then I think about Javari, not the triple, the scientist. I don't think I miss Moldering because it's for Cian, but so much.
He's improved a lot this year, man.
Yes, he's an amazing kid, and he's such an amazing kid.
Finish this year with him because I knew he was going to break 1,000. So rook g7 and you can shake hands. Is he trying to see this queen g7 work? Is he trying to figure that one out?
Yeah, rook g7 and just come on, get it done.
Is he trying to be fancy with queen g7? It doesn't work though. Queen g7, rook g7, king f8. I mean, White's still winning, but yeah, just keep it simple. Keep it very, very simple. This leads to shamat, also known as checkmate. So Abel and William, this game is looking like Abel's gonna win. He's up a rook. Let's go back to over 1,000 and see if anything's going on there. So over 1,000, there's one game left. That game's gonna end soon, but let's look at the standings. So going into round 3, we have Kyle 2-0, Caleb 2-0, Avon 2-0, Noah Gilson 2-0, and Darren is 2-0. Okay, and I think Jude. Whoa, why does Jude have 1 out of 2? Jude lost that game. I thought he was winning. Oh, maybe he lost the first round. All right, so interesting game. So we have Kyle against Avon, and we have Caleb against Darren. Let's start with Caleb. I want to see Caleb's game with the white pieces. Caleb and Darren Reese. Darren must have been playing long games today because he's been out of the chat.
He's being very focused. Bishop f4. And there we go. We have the London again. London and deck. Totally.
So queen d2. It looks like Caleb is going for this king side attack. It looks like Darren's having issues with his internet. It says the member is offline at the moment. So let's go on to another game. Maybe let's check the first board. First board, Kyle and Avant. There's got to be a.
Oh wait,
there's going to be a good one. But wait, it looks like Kyle has pressure already on c5 and a6. So what's going on here?
Tell me something. One thing I saw from last few games of Kyle is his openings are like, you know,
he knows them very well.
Yep. You don't know what you're doing again. He's open. It's like he
looks like queen d6. Yes, queen d6. Yeah. No, Kyle. It's funny because I've been working with the boys for a while now. Kyle's openings come from. He likes this one book that has all. I think it's like chess openings explained. And he loves these lines, and he's sharp. He knows his stuff. Like, whoa. So you can't play bishop c5 because of bishop f8? What's going on here?
Chamaria. You know Chamaria. You know he's not going to solve it the easy way. He's going to go after you. That's a player
I don't like
you don't need to. You don't need to. Yeah, he just plays queen c3.
There's no point in going bishop f8 at that point. You should have just castled. Because now what happens is f5 is going to come. If he castles now, f5 is coming. That bishop going to h6. A rook is going to go to d1 any minute now to put pressure on the d pawn.
Yeah, no, this position is definitely a problem for him. I don't know why he combined whatever we need. Like I'll look at the opening, and I guess that if you play Sicilian, you must know all the
Grand Prix.
Yeah, and all these lines which are like. Yeah,
maybe b6 there was just not good.
Let me see. Up to here, I think that you can castle, then a6. Yeah, you don't have to play a6. I think you can just play e6 in this position instead of a6 and then be quicker. But right now, you're just getting into a situation where, even trading the dark square bishop is beneficial for white.
Yeah, but don't take. Let him take you. I don't like
let him take.
Let him take you.
To take is a mistake. Right? This is one of the.
It's a battle. It's everything battle.
Smirnov always says to take
capture.
A mistake. Yeah, because you let him capture, you take with your, and then you're ready to play queen h6. Your queen was.
But I mean, after he takes, you take back. You have tempo. You have initiative. a6 is hanging. Then you put your other rook on a d file, stop him from castling because the d pawn hangs. And initiative is, to me, I'm huge on initiative in chess, and I've taught all my students about initiative. They know very well about it. They understand it.
Yeah. The problem now is 94.
Maybe that'll be a good lesson we can get done on the YouTube channel, and a lesson on initiative. Maybe queen d6 is coming, forcing a queen trade.
No, I'm just gonna win my pawn.
Rook a6.
I want a pawn. All I want is a pawn. They got two pawns up. And the ones I capture on d7, I can capture on a6, and I am like 2 to 3 pawns up. And easy game. I don't have to go and get myself into risky attack if I'm easily winning on an game. There's no need. Although queen d7 allows queen e4, so maybe I'm not 100% sure about it. Maybe just play knight d4 was better, and then f5. Could be. I guess it could have been interesting to play. So this is definitely, one should be thinking. The position I don't think is going to be on it, and